What's up, everybody? I'm just getting set up real quick. My computer shat all over itself. Hope everybody had a fantastic Monday. Sir Caffeine, how are you doing? hit with the dumpy. Oh, what's going on, everybody? So, unfortunately, my computer shut all over itself, which means studying hack the box. Very cool, man. So I didn't save the configuration I had, unfortunately. So I'm resetting a couple things up. We got 4.10.4.1. This up real fast. Hey Ford, what's up, dude? Yeah, actually, I had a really rough night last night. So I finish off the stream, do a couple of things around the house. 1 a.m. I'm finally getting ready to go to bed, and then the APT gets up, and so I go try to get him to go back to bed. He won't go back to bed unless I go cuddle with him. I go cuddle with him, pass out. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. So I didn't get a ton of sleep last night. Then I thought, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go take a nap for lunch, so I can finish off this pen test I'm on. That nap, which was supposed to have only been an hour, was 3 hours. So my day's been kind of jacked up. Oh yeah. Not sponsored by Jocko yet. I gotta work up to that Murph. That Murph is no joke. Happens, except my cat wakes me up. Let's see. So I got that. Oh, we need to set up an RDP session. Let's see. Desktop tables. And we're going to call this window. This should be 100. 10.4. Right? Actually, for some reason, Commando got 119, but you know what? We'll just roll with it for now. I gotta figure out what the login is for the Commando VM. Oh, so it's just local user. Okay. I think it's local user and password. You know what? I can check on Windows 11 here. It should be the same. Yeah, local user password. Let's go modify this one. Same thing, creds. Dot / local user and password. Let's just go see if we can RDP over to it. Yeah, so because of my extended nap, when I finish the stream, I'm gonna go put Panda to bed and then go back to work. Because I got appointments I gotta keep tomorrow that's gonna jack up my work day. That's not helpful. Hold on. Oh, this did get 100. For some reason in here, it thinks the Commando VM was 119, but it actually did get the proper IP address. Change it. Okay. Hey, SM, what's up, dude? Let's go see if we can RDP into Commander. It's thinking. RDP should be enabled on that system. Ah, there we go. That's so weird. Why would it say that it's off? Well, that's unfortunate. Let's see. Commando. Enable. That's weird. I wonder why it's saying that remote desktop's not enabled. Because there's nothing in the commando deployment that should disable RDP. Settings are managed by your organization. I am the organization. I believe it's in Windows settings. Maybe security settings. I gotta remember where that is. Let's see. Windows policy. Enable. Security settings, user. Man, that is a shitty screenshot. Yeah, computer configuration, Windows settings, security settings. And then we should go to local policies. God, what is my computer doing? Security settings, local policies, and then user rights. Oh, user rights assignment. What's the actual menu? Allow login through remote desktop. There. How important is subnetting? When you're taking a networking course, very. After that, you'll use it sporadically, but it's just as important. Personally, whenever I'm trying to enumerate an internal network, I'll use certain subnetting tricks and conventions to kind of make an intelligent guess about what's the size of the network or what various networks might be in there. So what I might do is I go check like all the router, or what should be like all the routers of the network, right? And then I'll assume, okay, my computer was assigned a /24. So I'm going to assume every router that replied back with having a live IP address. Let's say it's .1, .2, .5, whatever the IP address that's reserved in that subnet for it is. I'm going to assume it's a /24. and then I'm going to use that to generate a list of network ranges to go do further scanning. Your screenshots are abysmal. I can tell you've never written a pen test report. All right, so select enable to apply. So we're going to go to configuration, admin templates, Windows components, remote desktop. Windows components, remote desktop services. Yeah. Hang on 1 second. That I use is causing all kinds of funkiness to it. Fix something on my computer. It's here. Hopefully that'll fix it. It was causing the, when I had Alt-Tab between windows, just absolutely flip its lid. Alright, so I need to go admin templates, Windows components, remote desktop services. And under here, remote desktop session hosting connections. Okay. These are all not configured, which means they should be allowed. Allow users to connect remotely using remote desktop services. Yeah. Double check something. You disable this policy, users cannot connect remotely to this target. You do not configure this policy. Remote desktop services uses the remote desktop settings on the target computer to determine whether the remote connection is allowed. I'm going to enable you. And we'll see if that doesn't change the little toggle there. I don't know why this is showing that it's disabled. I mean, we don't need the commando VM right now. I just wanted to have it. What's up, wise guy? We got a wise guy over here. Thanks for coming online, man. Welcome. All right, so I'll deal with the commando VM maybe later. Now, let me see if I can figure this out real quick, because there shouldn't be anything to disable this. Let me try something. GP. I gotta figure out why it's doing that, because it does it like this is not even a domain joined machine. It shouldn't be doing anything. Go desktop. This is exactly what we're seeing. He's on Windows 10. This guy's like, hey, just go into your registry and start deleting a bunch of shit. I don't think I even have a good way to get those onto this machine. So this is also Windows 11 Enterprise. This shouldn't have any of this shit locked down. So run the following from an elevated command prompt or PowerShell: netsh advanced firewall set group equals remote desktop new enable yes. In the registry editor, navigate to the following, change the value from F deny TS connections to 0. I think this might be it right here. Let's go try that. So let's go pull up our registry editor real fast. Regedit, and we're going to go to local machine system control, current control set. What did I say? System current control set. Current control set. Control. And then we're going to go to terminal server. And then he said change the value of F deny TS connections to 0. That's already set to 0 though. Just blow away that commando beam and start it over. Caffeine, subnetting's not that hard. I mean, I get it. In the beginning, it can be hard, especially if you're trying to do it the long binary way. But it's one of those things like think of it. It's not math. It's arithmetic. It's one of those things you just practice it till it becomes a little bit like second nature. What I used to do actually is I used to count on both hands. Here, I'd have my eight binary digits, right? So I had my 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, and 1. And then I would sit there and I would mess with it on my fingers so I could just add them together real quick. So for example, if I knew that let's say it was a /20, right? So if it's a /20 on that third octet, I'm only using half the digits. So my increment is 128, 32, 128, 64, 30, 16. That's my increment right there. So every 16, I know that in the second octet, that becomes a new network. It rolls over to it. And then if I needed to add like, oh, okay, well, what network is this in? And I just start counting. Basically, because if you think about it, this value is always going to be, well, not necessarily the same, right? Every time you take like, oh, well, let's say we're in this one. Okay, well, that's 128, 64, 32, 16. So it's 64. So this is the 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. That's the 5th subnet. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, Lappin, have you deployed the commando template by chance in Ludus? I built it, but I've yet to deploy it in range. So for some reason, mine is showing that like remote desktops disabled completely. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete it. And I'm going to redeploy it. So you are going to stop. We'll let it redeploy in the background when we go tinker with Mythic some more. Let's go remove. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. No, I can reach the console view, but I can't RDP over to it. And the console view is a little bit too limiting because there's no cross-machine clipboard, right? I'm just gonna do it full deploy and let it do its thing. Started using Sliver in the Hack the Box Pro Labs. Mythic seems a bit more involved. Yeah, it is. But Mythic is also the one that when I talk to my friends that are on actual red teams, not penetration testers, they say usually the first 2 systems they go with are Cobalt Strike or Mythic. No, check that too, Laughing. It was a local user was already allowed in the RDP group. But in the remote desktop settings, it literally said it's disabled and managed by the organization. But maybe I just don't know enough about group policy to know where to change that. Yeah, Mythic is highly customizable. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to start working on it. Because I'd like to do is run through the ideas, like the high-level topics that we did in the Red Team Ops course with Cobalt Strike, and redo them in Mythic and see, hey, what do we need to do like to compare these two? Yeah, I literally am the organization. What do you mean? Gosh. %80 done with the RTO. Nice. Are you going through it with Defender enabled already? Oh, without AV. Okay. The difference between with and without AV is, one, you've got to go pay close attention to the artifact kit settings and the interactions between like generating your payload and loading the artifact and resource kits. That's the part that tripped me up because I somehow glossed over it and didn't pay close attention. And then thankfully I realized it before the exam, but it beat me up real good because I had to cram that material and test all the different interactions before the exam came up. So I was expected to have a nice leisurely day leading up to the exam. No, it was busting ass restudying that stuff. I had like 1 or 2 general knowledge for us before I get to the AV evasion part. Cool. The AV evasion part's not that difficult, and actually what I'm hoping is what we'll do is actually once I get the commando VM up, we'll not use the Kali interface for Mythic. We'll do that from the commando VM. And when we, because we'll have a better connection with RDP, but also then we can download those, we can download the stuff into Commando and maybe test it with Defender. I think Defender might just destroy the system out of spite if I turn it back on, though. We're going to try. Can't promise we're going to try, but we're going to try to try. There's Commando. I want to see something while it's doing this. So I come over to remote desktop settings. That's so weird that it's off here in the template. So maybe that's the issue. Maybe the Commando VM is missing something in the template. Oh, it says it's blocked by your firewall. Hold on, because we had a guy telling us what to do with this. NetSH, advanced firewall. Set rule group equals remote desktop. Do enable this. Is the firewall even running? The lab would save your state when you shut it down instead of having to actually boot all the machines from scratch every time. Since I'm only doing like 1 or 2 lessons at a time in the lab, it's tedious to have to figure out which TGTs I need for the module, then get all the tokens, then go all the course material that I had there. So, dude, what I started doing was, I just had a couple of like playbooks of setting up port 4s and redirects. So I would always just go get back into Workstation 2, right? Or I'd set up DNS persistence on like Workstation 2 and maybe like one of the other machines that's not, you know, routed to the internet. And I'd set that up, and then I would just have those 2 shells that I could just start working from immediately. Because you gotta think, you've got console access to every machine in the lab. So you can go in there and you can run a PowerShell download exec script. I have an HTTP beacon on like all the desktops. So there's a little trick I can show you also. Let me clear out the iPad real quick. So check this out. One of the things you can do is, rather than using Rubius to do a create net only, what you can do is you can actually use the make token command. I think it's make underscore token. And just give it the like the right username, like the user you want to impersonate. So you give it the user, and then just give it some password. It doesn't even have to be a real password, right? And I think it will even work with their NTLM hash. Double check me on that, because someone told me that. I never tested that. I didn't think to try it. So I think it may work with their NTLM hash. I'm just in a sunk cost fallacy mode for the first one of the course. Nah, you're doing good, man. But one thing that you can do, though, is this create net only, right? Where it basically spawns you a new LUID to dump those, to go dump those Kerberos tickets, right? When you do make token, it's going to give you a new LUID also. And you've already auto-impersonated it. So all you have to do then is just do a Rubius triage, so that you can capture whatever that LUID is. And then once you request those tickets, you just pass them into Rubius. Or you don't even have to pass them into whatever this LUID is here. This guy right here, you didn't have to pass it into there. You can just append /ptt to most of those Rubius commands. And because you've already impersonated it with the make token, it just drops that ticket right into the LUID that you're using. Yeah, this is the 0-point Red Team Ops course. If you do !RTO in the chat, I think it gives you a link to it. So this is the way. I didn't actually discover this until just before the exam. And doing it this way helped out a ton. So doing it this way, as opposed to doing the create net only, pass all those damn tickets into the Luid, having it do it this way and just being able to do a /PTT and dump them into the Luid I already had access to was super helpful. I occasionally used the token store. At first I used it for everything, and then I realized that I wasn't really swapping tokens very much, and I wasn't doing a lot of that, so I didn't really use it that much. I'm sure there's better use cases for it than what was presented in the Red Team Ops Lab, but for what we were doing in there, I didn't use it that much. I tried to. I did use it a ton, and then I finally realized that it was just adding extra complexity to the process. Why does it say that I thought the firewall was off here? Well, if not, I'm going to turn it off. I think programmatically that's the way to go, but if you're killing your beacons all the time, it doesn't really help in the moment now, right? Don't want to use the recommended settings. No, go away. What the hell is this thing doing? God, Windows 11 is a fucking dumpster fire. Okay, let me go try this again now. If I just turn on in LA. Well, this one. Commando is just like think of it like the Kali for Windows. That's it. It's like an offensive version of Windows. Yeah. Let me go look at something real quick here, because this is bugging me. Commando. Windows 11. I had it compartmentalized with room next to my mind, but I think it's just because the templates were close together. Yeah. No, very, very different. I don't get why... smallest. Windows Defender firewall. Let's see. Damn it, I gotta remember what the command is. It's SC something. I can just do SC stuff. Well, I gotta do. So, pro tip here: when you're in PowerShell like this, if you type SC, that's an alias for set content. If you're trying to do service binaries, you gotta do sc.exe. So do sc.exe, and then we'll set what's this? Start Windows Defender firewall. See if that works. Oh, it's because I got the wrong service name. That was the description. Explain it. MPSSVC. Can I just enable it? Let's see, config. Crap, I gotta remember how to do that. Windows sc.exe. Enable service. It took me way longer than I should have realized that they needed roles to template properly. I was just wondering why they weren't installing and skipping them. Oh, so I do scconfig, the service name start equals space. I think manual. I think it's right. It's too big. Yeah, start equals. Oh, I think it's actually, there's boot system auto demand. I don't think it's manual, I think it's demand. What do you mean access is denied? I'm the fucking administrator. Bastard. I got to hack her own VM. Get system. Means you're not cool enough. I am not cool enough, man. Let's see. Get ACL, set ACL. Hash cracking, graph, Windows reverse shell, cheat sheet. You can run multiple commands with invoke mimikatz, for example. I think we have invoke mimikatz in this box. just got regular mimic cats. I think it's spawn. Shell? But Mom, I don't want to do subnetting. I want to learn to write BOF files. You can't write BOF files if you don't know your subnetting. Come on, Bubala. I remember how to do this. Crap. Maybe cats. Commands. 2015? Good God. Alright, this one's... I was just on you. You suck. Execute commands. Here we go. I know there's a way to actually pop a shell from this. Or is it just CMD? Is that it? Version CD, change the current display directory. Pop shell. Although that makes me think of, because my son loves Mario Kart, makes me think of throwing shells in Mario Kart. I'm driving down the track with my black hoodie on. Black hoodie on, black hoodie on. I throw the blue shell with my black hoodie on. Girl, get up. Is that what it is? Is it miscellaneous command? God. That work? It worked, but it didn't spawn it as a system shell. And I know there's a way to on here. Maybe cats spawn systems. Station X has an X in it, so it's extra cool. Don't care about plain text passwords. for one of the most commonly used tools, it is the most shittily documented tools. Cats, GitHub. So modules, token modules. Let's see. Commands are who am I list elevate. Want to elevate. 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 It doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, actually, I like the idea of Mimikatz, but the documentation for Mimikatz is sorely lacking. And this is the issue I've had. When I was trying to learn about Windows security tokens in the past, I tried to do it with Mimikatz without reading the code because it's very dense C code. And it was so abstracted and so auto-magical and just not documented well at all. It made it a complete pain in the ass. You're not allowed to use Mimikatz on the OSCP? That sounds like some bullshit. The documentation for Mimikatz. Always like, oh yeah, here's the commands you can run. Well, what the fuck do they do, motherfucker? Yeah, I know you can't use SQL Map because SQL Map has automated exploitation built into it. That's why. SC. Where are you? SC PXE. Big MPSS BC. Start equals command. What if I change the RDP? I'm going to change the RDP port. Let me change it, you bastard. Alright, Mr. Commando VM, you have let me down sorely. I could get system with PS exec, that is true. Oh, I think you gotta, you actually have to pass it like a particular switch in here. It's TAC S? Yeah, TAC S. There we go. All right, so let's go try this again. SC, EXE, big MP, SSBC, start equals demand. Huzzah! Piece of crap. So now, look at our services here. Dependency service group failed. What? Dependencies. I mean, RPC should definitely be on. The thing I don't get is this stuff that... So the idea was we had a Windows attack box and we had a Linux attack box in RTO. Worked out pretty well. My thinking was, okay, we can do that again without having to go grab all those damn tools and set them up. What if we just did them as a commando VM? So that was the idea here. But I can't RDP in the freaking commando VM. And honestly, I don't want to sit here and troubleshoot trying to fix this damn VM. Go look at some. Ludus templates. We down this. Oh, it's actually in the Git. So templates, commando VM. So it defaults to using this as Windows 11. That's the thing here. Yeah, no kidding, laughing. Dude. So the problem is also, though, laughing, a lot of times these tools are distributed as just source code, and you have to go through and build them. I mean, so we could go set that up eventually. Eventually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a CI/CD user on the Ludus server, and he's going to host a CI/CD setup, and we'll find some way to expose that to different systems. Now, actually, one of the guys had a really cool idea. This is a tool called Tailscale. Well, I think we could use Tailscale. It's kind of like Zero Tier if you've ever seen it, and we might be able to use this as a way to connect a bunch of our different lab computers, provide them internet access. They can connect back to Tailscale, and it creates this kind of mesh VPN type network. And then we could use that to more easily get access to all the machines rather than having to hot wire guards. Because if we did this, then what we could do is we could have the CI/CD on Tailscale. That would be the pricing for this. Personal is 3 users, public domain, and up to 100 devices. I'm gonna get started for free. Yeah, Cypher, I asked some of the guys about, they were talking about it again. I say, hey, what's the difference realistically between Tailscale and Zero Tier? And they're like, once you use Tailscale, you won't want to use Zero Tier anymore. I was like, okay, that's a strong statement. Let's see. So I wonder if we can actually go ahead and just make this work. Let me do something here real quick. I want to do this off screen. So you degenerates, you're not trying. Guess my password. Copy networks easily, yeah. Because that's what I was just thinking. So if we can, if it supports up to 100 devices, right, on the free tier, then cool. We set that up. We just put that into like each of our different attack ranges, and then boom. Especially if give me the password manager. You know what you can manage? You know what you can manage? These nuts. That's what you can manage, laughing. Let's add your first device. Dude, it even works on Android and Synology. That's pretty sweet. I need work. I can't go to prison. I'm too pretty to go to prison. Copy link address. Let me go try something real quick. Let's go see if we can get our Windows 11 machine on there. Let's do this. Let's do... Can I turn off WireGuard? Yeah. That's still up. Okay. Let's go try this. We gotta switch networks. And then let's go to Windows 11 Attacker Box. We'll use this as our test case right here. Go away. Go away. No. Go away. Fuck. I use networks so that I can connect to my Ludus server from outside of my home network. I just want to deploy agents to all. I just don't want to deploy agents to all my VMs, so I use that to be able to hit WireGuard networks. I gotcha. So we'll install this inside of our test VM here. We'll give this a shot because what you can do then is I'm thinking like, hey, if we had stuff like the CI/CD network set up, then over this, they'd be able to connect over to the CI/CD network and pull down the builds. Bakiotomi? That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Bakiotomi. Thanks for coming online, man. Welcome. Sounds like Baki the Grappler. Hey, for those, hey Cypher, have you installed this on Linux? Sure, baby, I know it. Hey, Chris, have you installed this on Linux? That will it let you will it just present the machine? You don't have to have like a desktop environment. Could I put this on like a headless Linux? Oh, it's already installed. Duh. Yeah, scale. This is what I was afraid of, though. Alternatively, use a QR code. So if I want to log with that QR code, I guess... How do I do the QR code? I'm trying to think what other options there are here. Let me try this real quick here. I mean, it'd be better if I could do like some kind of unattended login rather than having to like go do this on every single one of them. You only need to log in once. Is that so? I need to go change something real quick though. See, I think to do the QR code login, I have to go set up the mobile app. Do this. Damn it. Bear with me, guys. I gotta go find something here. I try so hard not to get on my phone. And like I just leave it do not disturb during the streams, and now I'm like, God damn it, I gotta get on my phone. Bear with me, guys. I have too much of my own security. All right, Chris, man. Good to see you, though. Glad you stopped in. That would be really funny, though. Laughing if like you scanned it and then like my machine gets joined to your virtual network. That'd be funny. Freaking Android. Oh, finally, okay. Oh, neat. You can even set different access modes. That's cool. All right, now where the hell do I do the... Oh, I think I see how this works. All right. All right, hang on one sec, y'all. I'm gonna go into OPSEC mode. See if this works. Check something real quick. Alright, cool. It's showing up. Nice. Alright, let me go try something here. What's this? That. Go back to here. Alright, so let's go see if we can ping one of the devices. Alright, cool, that worked. Hey, Panda. You act like I didn't let you hang out in the office all day with me. I don't know if y'all saw the picture I posted in Discord, but Panda was passed out so hard, like her tongue was hanging out. And I actually got a video of her. She's just like, I don't know, eating something extra delicious in her sleep, from what it looked like. Alright, so now that that's up, kind of want to go install it over here. What happened there? Oh wait, I lost it because I forgot I disconnected from that network. Close that out. We go switch back to the attacker network. Okay. Now we should be able to reach this one. Good. No soup for you. Okay, cool. So here's our mythic. So now let me think. I mean, right now we're not running anything with. Right now we're not running anything with what is it? We're not running Defender or anything on Goad. We have Defender disabled. But let's go double check that real quick. Like for example, we go to DC1. Oh, so real-time protection's on, but everything else is turned off. Go send a message to the guys over in Discord. Quick. Let me go grab a copy of this screenshot real fast for the guys over in Discord. So I want to let them know about this remote desktop thing. I don't feel like troubleshooting right now. Maybe they'll be able to tell me. We'll mess with that later. In fact, Commando, you're just going to get shut down. Because you're worthless. You're basic. I think server 02 has it off. Let's go look. I would definitely put the RDP thing in the not users problem bucket. All right. Let's see here. So, I mean, one of the things we could do is we could go try and find. Actually, I had it listed up here because I'm gonna try and find something. Hang on. Let me find a document I had up yesterday. There was a Goad walkthrough from Mayfly, I believe. That's all the mythic stuff. Oh, let me go put this in with Mythic because we're going to try... There's a way to integrate Ghost Rider for doing your reports with Mythic. And I'd like to see how that works. And I just thought that'd be a fun thing to do. So. Let me find the tab I'm looking for here. Here's the Goad Lab. Let's see if we can just follow along with him. So he's using a CME. What we'll do is we'll use NetExec. I gotta change something on this though. Preferences. Is that 18 point? Oh, I broke it. Is there an advantage with Ludus VM versus using a 22H2 image? Well, the Ludus VM is a full Windows image, right? I'm not sure what you're asking, Cypher. I mean, if I wanted to, I could go deploy a plain Jane Windows 10 or 11 machine in there. That would be no problem. I chose purposely to do Windows 11 in the lab as the base image because I don't like Windows 11. And so therefore I've been avoiding Windows 11, which means I need to go learn more about some of the features of Windows 11. So that was a conscious decision to just fuck myself over. Hey, Panda. Yeah, but actually there's a company you can pay $25 a year and they will provide micro patches for security issues to Windows 10. And I'd rather pay them $25 than ever use Windows 11. And then if I can't use Windows 10 anymore, fuck it. I'm gonna just go to Linux and I'm gonna try and pray to Saint Gaben to bring gaming to Linux better. Yeah, you know what else grows on you laughing? Fungus. Fungus and molds, they grow on you too. Go to BSD. Oh. In theory, it should work. Yeah, that's the Windows 10 version. Actually, there's a Windows 11 22H2. So which one were they talking about, Cypher? Was it 10 or 11? Because originally, it's so old, it was meant to be Windows 10. Windows 11 is younger than Commando. And it's possible also we could just go over here into the Ludus templates. Let me go to GitLab. Because if we wanted to modify the templates, we could come over here and we could tweak them. Because there's the Commando VM template here. We can look at the Packer HCL. But unfortunately, this Packer HCL is based off of Windows 11. So we could go copy like the Windows 10 one, try and duplicate it a bit, and then have it complete the rest of it. Yeah, that's what I thought, Cypher, Windows 10. So it might be something that is, hey, this is just an interesting error because we're doing the install on Windows 11, where it should technically work. But technically and actually don't always line up. Like the Mac OS crap, but you shudder at BSD? Yes, I do. Because you know what the difference is? At least Mac made it usable. Call me crazy, but it's 2020 freaking 4. 2024. The year of our Lord, 2024. I should have a nice user interface that's not just text on a damn screen. Dude, I love my Mac for work. The only problem I have is I come over here and I'm trying to paste and I'm hitting Alt instead of Command. Hey, no problem, Cypher. Dude, yeah, there's lots of stuff I would like to do. Honestly, though, I'm a firm believer that when you're trying to learn something, introducing friction into it, not a ton, right? You don't want it to be like show-stopping friction. And you don't want it to be a frictionless process because then your brain's not struggling. You're not going to retain it. You can inject a little bit of friction into that process. You're going to learn it better and you're going to retain it better. Caffeine, my entire life is a skill issue. You're not narrowing it down. You know what? It's funny. I changed the damn font. I didn't even change what I wanted to change. I wanted to change this damn transparent background. Zero. Ah, better. Better. Okay. I'm sure we have CME. Crack map exec. We do have crack map exec. But I really want to see if we have net exec. Yeah, there we go. Net exec is the new hotness. So let's do net exec SMB. We'll do 10.4.10.0 slash. Oh, I want to cheat a little bit. Ludus range list. Sorry, Panda. Didn't mean to step on your tail. So all of our machines are between 10 and 23. So I'm going to do. What's that? Hold on, thinking. 24 plus 28, 64, 32, 16. Okay, so I need to do slash 27. There we go. There's your subnetting, Caffeine. I loathe Command C instead of Control C. We should have had 5 machines show up there, right? Yeah, 3 DCs, 2 servers. Perfect. So we have King's Landing, Castle Black, Mirren, Bravos, and Winterfell. Awesome. It's just so cramped to try and do Command C. For some reason, it doesn't bother me. Alright, so let's see. So this output looks atrocious, though, because of the line wrapping. I'm pretty sure one of these has 0 logon. If you throw your pinky on left control, you can hit every control hotkey using your index finger. by moving your index finger around. You mean to tell me that you're using the same finger combination for and C and Control C? Yeah, dude. Bam. Actually, no, I do ring finger to Command and then V. Sometimes I will do the pinky, and I'll just take my fingers off the home row. But honestly, after I'm on the computer for about 2 minutes, it just starts becoming natural. I'm just poking with it right now. Really, if I wanted to, I would have just gone onto one of the machines, like let's say server 2, for example, like you were mentioning, it probably is not running Defender. And if it's not, we could just go do like a download exec cradle and have it get us a callback into Mythic, so we could start tinkering with Mythic. Yeah, so in this one, real-time protection's off. I don't think it's scanning it at all. So if I really wanted to, I'm just trying to see, like, I'm trying to tinker with, like, hey, what would I do with a foothold? Get a Mythic executable, get it on the system, get it running. If I really wanted to, though, this is one thing I did a lot in the RTO lab, because I finally got through the idea that, hey, this is not a lab that's really supposed to build on itself. It's really, in the beginning, it's teaching you how to get your access to machines. And then the second part is learning the different techniques you might come across once you have access to those machines. And if I wanted to, I'd just come over here too. I've got Mayfly's right up right here. So we're just going to tinker around with it. We're going to FA a bit. Panda, will you quit headbutt me in the nuts? Let's see. So a couple of these machines have signing turned off, which means we could relay to them, which is cool. They all have SMB1 turned off, which is fine. I know one of these machines probably has trying to remember. Probably has 0 logon, just because I read the list of like what they wanted to implement in here. Let's see, how do we check with that for NetExec? NetExec. Let's see if they have it. Actually, this might be a little bit more handy as the Petit Totem. Hey, let's go try that real quick. Not bad. So tac U, tac. So basically, this is doing a null check for the Petit Totem stuff. Petit Totem. Let's go try that real quick. So we'll give it this target. We'll do tac U, tac P, tac M, Petit Totem. What? Oh, it's capital. Go, my little hippo. How petite is your Potam? Dude, my Potam is so petite that they started calling him Poti. That was terrible, Jim. Wait, why is this one all of a sudden saying SMBV1 true? On this one. That's weird. That's weird, bud. That's right, I gotta run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. So Castle Black is vulnerable to Le Petit Potam. Unfortunately, we get a access denied. I don't know how far they've gone with NXC here. Let's see. Look at the user module. So we can L to list the modules. We can do tac options to see what we've got for this module. IP of your listener, default pipe, which is LSA RPC. Let's go try something here. Debugs. Wait, the access denied was for a different server? Hang on. Was it? Yeah, Miri. Wait, hold on, that was Bravos. Yeah, I see now. Yes, it was. Thank you. I see that now. I see, says the blind man. Run this again here real quick. Why? Because I want it inside my team up session. And then what we'll do is we'll do. Is it TAC I-E0? There. So if I want to test this, what I'll do is let's see, this is 10.4.10.12. I'm going to target just that server real fast. What were our options on this one? Options. So our listener would be it. So then why do we specify this? Is it TAC O listener? Yeah. So TAC O. Listener equals 10.4.10.99, which is our Kali IP. I'm going to run this real quick. And if it worked, what we should see is, boom, we got a hash right here. So we could either just work with this directly, or we could try and take this and we can pass this hash over to something else. So if we look at this machine here, what we'd want is this machine is in the esos.local domain. So we need to find the domain controller for esos.local, which we've got up here somewhere. Winterfell, Maureen King's Landing. It's free real estate. When it works, it is now. So a lot of times, though, this one is using unauthenticated Petit Potem. This is the pre-patch vulnerability. After it was patched, a lot of these still work if you have some kind of basic user credentials. Sometimes you have to have more elevated credentials or members in a special group. But for the most part, the ones that don't work with null authentication, they still work with regular authentication. So if you had like any generic user in here, they'll work. So one thing we could do is we could either go relay this over to Bravos, because they have signing turned off. We could also relay this over to Castle Black. Let me see. We need to figure out which one is the domain controller. So one thing we could do is let's see, which ones are in esos.local? So Mireen is in esos. This is, I don't know, I never watched Game of Thrones. I only read the books. And I gave up at A Feast for Crows because he introduced a whole new damn continent. I'm like, I'm not keeping a spreadsheet to track these characters, damn it. NXC's out there just making my whole toolkit obsolete. I bet it's Castle Black, but oh no, because that's in the North Seven Kingdoms. So we're gonna try and get into Essos, which has two machines. We've got, yeah, here we go. So we've got this one, which is Mireen, it will. And then we've got this one here, which is Bravos. So a quick thing we can do, just to take a look at this, is we can nmap and just check for port 53 on those two machines. So let's go do that. And what we'll do is we'll do a full connect scan just for shits and giggles. And so the two we want to check are, we're going to do 1010 and 1023. 10.4.10.10, 10.4.10.4. And so this one has TCP open. So this one's probably the domain controller, because domain controllers oftentimes double as the DNS servers, probably 9 times out of 10. So 10.4.10.10 is probably the domain controller in here. So what we can do is we can actually dig for, what the hell's that record? It's a server record. DNS entry list LDAP servers, Windows AD. I gotta remember what the hell the exact syntax is. Yeah, here we go. Underscore LDAP underscore TCP domain name. We do, okay, what was it? LDAP and then TCP. So underscore LDAP underscore TCP EOS, is that right? Esos dot local. And what we'll do is we're going to do this at that IP address here, 10.4.10.10. Well, that was underwhelming. Is that the correct one? I think we can also do type Paul in here. Oh, no, that's why it failed. I did Esos local. I forgot the dot in there. There we go. So what this is going to tell us is going to tell us all the valid LDAP servers. So 10.4.10.12, that one is actually our domain controller, Miri? No way. No way. Okay, hold on. For confirmatory sake, let's see what this is. 10.4.10.12 is a DC. 23 was just a regular server. Okay. Hold on, where am I going? I'm losing my mind. There. So we did the DNS query against 10.4.10.10. This is saying 10.4.10.12 though is actually it. Miri. Which was the one that was vulnerable. Okay. Wait, was that the one that was vulnerable? Yeah, 10.4.10.12. Oof. Oof. That actually poses a problem. Because you cannot relay to itself. And then computer accounts by default have very limited, what is it? They have very limited rights. Because let's look at responder real quick. Oh wait, we're getting stuff. What? No way. Hang on. So if we look at the hash we captured, it's for the Mireen computer account. Computer accounts by default don't have very many permissions, unless that computer account is listed as a domain controller, and then it has DC sync permissions. But you know what I just noticed is we're actually seeing traffic for the network. So I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna let the poisoner do its thing, and let's see if we can actually get some poisoning going on. because there's supposed to be one of these machines that will do some kind of query. I forget what it is. It will force a broadcast query, and that you can intercept that. Let's see if it works. Come on. Of course, it did all that while I was in the bathroom. So let this run for just a second here, because I believe that scheduled task for this lab is only supposed to run every 5 minutes. So we'll let that chill for just a second. So let's think about this. So whenever we do this relaying, here's what's happening. While we're waiting for this to happen, let me pull up the iPad. Move this right here. That way I know not to draw behind my head. Okay, so what's happening here is we've got our Kali machine, right? And we're connected to this network here. And in this, we've got like, what is it, Mirene? Right? And then we've got a whole bunch of other machines like Castle Black. Wait, there it goes. That's right, it's Rob Stark. That's who we're supposed to be able to capture this for. So, we could do a couple different things. We could either go through and we could go take this hash and we could go throw this into Hashcat to go crack it. That would work. Rob Stark, King of the North. So we could go crack this real quick if we wanted to, but the cheater way is, okay, hey, we said we caught Rob's username and password here. Another thing we could do is we could relay this, and I think that's what I want to do. I don't care to go crack it, because I know we can crack it. I could go look it up in the Ansible configs from the lab. Instead, what I want to do is this. We'll go set up some little bit of a SMB relaying magic. That's what we'll do. So this is in the north domain. Let me do something real quick. I'm going to have to start taking some notes here. Go copy this. It'd be faster to crack than look up in the logs. I mean, that depends. It depends on how long it's going to take me to go set up the crack job. This is not YAML. This is shell. Now we'll just do text. Plain text. What is happening here? So I'll tell you all a funny story. After we raided that DJ last night on Twitch, she asked what we were doing. I said, hey, we're doing hacking stuff. And somebody in the chat said, oh, hey, I have a hacking question. What happened was her iPhone got stolen. And then she was getting text messages from the people that wound up with it in China, like harassing her. And then she's got, like, they're telling her, hey, you should just wipe the phone. We're going to steal all your data and this. I was like, don't wipe the phone. And she's like, why? It's like, because when you wipe the phone, then the thieves can set it back to factory. If you leave it in what Apple calls lost mode, they can't reset it. And they're not going to hack your iPhone because usually iPhones are surprisingly secure. So these little street thugs aren't going to hack your iPhone. So if you leave it in there, you can do this. But even better than that, there's a list of a bunch of banned and forbidden words in China. So I sent that to her. And I said, when they text you again, reply back with this, and you're going to cause a world of hurt for them. Because all traffic goes through the Great Firewall of China and gets skimmed and gets scanned and gets put against their social credit score. So it's stuff like English and Chinese references to like all these subjects that the CCP would like to memory hole, like Tiananmen Square, shit like that. Hey, Doc, what's up, dude? So I sent that to her. Hopefully, I'm going to hear back from her so I can see, like, hey, did, because typically what happens is, like, it works really well on Telegram scammers, too. Like, you send that to them, and they're just like, boom, you've been blocked, but this user doesn't want anything to do with you. They weren't texting her from the iPhone. They were texting her because it has the recovery number on it, if I remember. So they were texting her because you can see the number, but they don't have access to the iPhone. The iPhone is locked. Winnie the Pooh actually used to be one. Now I think it's Different Strokes that's banned in China. Okay, so Winterfell is in the north. So we have 7 kingdoms. We have North 7 kingdoms. So we could go potentially get access to the North 7 kingdoms subdomain, child domain. Yeah, which that would be Castle Black. So what we can do is we can go use Responder to make our poisoned requests, but then have Responder not actually capture it. What we do is we set up something like, what's it called from Impacket? NTLM Relay X. We set that up, and then we have that forward over to the box. So let's go check that out. Let's see here. I need to test something real quick. For some reason, I really like StreamerBot. Oh, there we go. Now it's showing up. But for some reason, it has the hardest time syncing to the YouTube chat. And so I was worried I was going to miss something, but I just tested it. It actually is working. Perfect. Awesome. All right. So Mireen, which is in this one right here, that's in Essos. Essos? Jesus? So that's one potential one we could get there. We could potentially relay that to something else that's in Essos. What else is in Essos? Let's see. Bravos is in Essos. Achoo! Bless you. Let's see, I'm trying to think how we'll do this. I think let's do that. Let's go relay Rob over to... What we can do is we could relay Rob over to LDAP on the domain controller, and then use Rob's account to generate shadow credentials. Once we've got shadow creds, then we could basically have access to Rob as a backdoor. Bela Vocalis. Dude, it's been so long since I saw anything about Game of Thrones. Yeah, I think let's see about doing that. So, I'll bring this back over here now. So what we could do is... Now, what system did we capture that from? Let's see. So we captured that from 10.4.10.11. 10.4.10.11. So which machine, actually, which machine was that? We've got that over in our notes here. So 10.4.10.11 is Winterfell, which makes sense because we caught Rob Stark's password. So he's broadcasting on LLMNR. That is Link Local Multicast Name Resolution. And basically, it's like a local DNS lookup. It's trying to see, hey, does anybody know where this computer is? And from this, we can get Rob Stark. So what we could do with Rob Stark's, we can get his NTLM v2 hash. So what we could do with this right here is we could relay this to the domain controller for where's Winterfell? Hang on. Well, it's in the north. So what was our domain controller there? Yeah, I'm done, but does backdooring laps just send you queries for laps on the machine that you backdoored? And if you have perms to do it, wouldn't it be easier just to extract the laps password yourself instead of waiting for someone else to query them? Yeah, so you have two options. If you had something to you can get access to the laps password, boom, you just go query it, you're good. Or you can go in and you could add like a backdoor to the machine account once you had its well, you gotta remember, Laps also only gives you the local administrator account too. So it doesn't give you any domain privileges. So if you wanted to have persistence on that machine, then you'd have to maybe go generate like a certificate for that machine. I think you can do shadow credentials. I think you can do shadow credentials for machine accounts too. So yeah, so if you have perms to do it, would it be easier just extract the lapse password yourself instead of waiting for someone else to query them? Yeah, exactly, dude. If you've got somebody who has permissions to go read the lapse password in AD, just go read the lapse password, dude. It's stored in clear text in Active Directory, but read permissions are restricted. Yeah, I thought you could do shadow creds for machine accounts. So what I'm thinking is we'll relay this over to, because Winterfell is in the North Seven Kingdoms local. And then we have Castle Black is in there as well. So we need to figure out which of those two. So .11 and .22, which one of those is running DNS? Because that's probably the domain controller. So if we use this same trick here, .11, .22, DNS is open on .11. So if we do this same query on .11, but instead of doing asos.local, we do north. We're going to give it the new domain name, which is north.7 kingdoms.local. It is 7 kingdoms.local, right? Yeah, 7 kingdoms.local. And we just point it to this machine right here. That tells us that 10.4.10.11, which is Winterfell, is the domain controller for the North 7 Kingdoms. You're using NTLM Relay X to get your Shadow Cred cert. You'll need to fix your Pi OpenSSL version depending on how recent the Kali image in Ludus is. Good point. Good point. I hadn't thought about that. Mostly because I hadn't done it. And that's why I hate Python dependencies, and why I firmly stand by the belief that Dante Alighieri died before he finished the Inferno, because there should have been an 8th layer of hell in there that is present but undocumented, called Python dependencies. Hey, Tyler's online. Cool. I thought he would have been on his way to Black Hat by now. Maybe he's just going to DEF CON. So what this tells us right here, because we're querying for who's the LDAP servers, this is the domain controller, 10.4.10.11. So what we can do is, well, unfortunately, that's not going to work. I ran into that in my most recent video. It's super easy to fix, just a head scratcher until you figure it out. Yeah. Rude. Freaking Python dependencies. You know what I ought to do is actually just load up Exegol on this and do everything in Exegol. That's what I should do. Just for the lulz. Okay, so we run into a little problem here. My original plan is not going to work. Here's why. So I was thinking we would relay this to the domain controller, get access to Rob's account, be able to do this. The problem is this is the domain controller. This is the DC for North. So that's the domain controller. So when you're relaying something, you cannot relay it back to itself. I mean, we can try it. I'm pretty sure you can't do that. I'm almost 100% positive you cannot relay a machine, an account back to itself. Let's see. NTLM relay back to itself. Yeah, no relay to self. I was almost 100% certain about that. Who wrote this? Because the title's funny. I'm bringing relaying back. So instead what we can do is we've got another machine in the North Seven Kingdoms, which is Castle Black. So what we could do is we could try relaying this over to Castle Black to see what permissions he's got. Yeah, as far as I know, Lappin, you cannot relay back to the originating machine. So, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Castle Black the castle that Robb Stark lived in? Which is funny because I just noticed that it's misspelled here. It's Castillo Black. Maybe it's because the guys over at Orange Cyber Defense, at least the guy who wrote this, is based in France. Oh wait, that's where the Night's Watch live. Okay. Castle Black is the primary headquarters and redoubt of the Night's Watch. Yeah, that's right. I know very little of the lore, dude, so you're not going to be far behind me. I read like the first 3 books and I gave up, I think, at book 4, whichever one A Feast for Crows is. And I'm glad, because otherwise I'd be just sitting here waiting for the last book like every other poor slum. Let's see, we already have Winterfell here. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. That. King's Landing. I'm going to get rid of those. Let's see. So we've got Bravos and Castle Black. You're welcome, noobs. Thanks, dude. Let's see. All right, I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Well, one thing we could do is either we can go crack Robb Stark's password, or we could just try relaying it. I'm going to try relaying it before I crack it. It's about dragons and white-haired incest people fighting against blonde-haired incest people, and they get into some major trouble. The end. Yeah. In some ways, it's like the play Rent, but instead of everyone has AIDS, everyone dies. That's how I think of it. So we can do. So let's try that. Let's see if we can relay this to It's good to know that Mireen is vulnerable, but that's not helpful at the exact moment. So what we can do is we're going to try and relay Rob over to Castle Black. So let's go see how. I'm trying to remember. NTLM relay X. They said that Ned Stark was an honorable man, even though he got his head chopped off, right? So what we need to do is we need to turn off SMB and HTTP and responder first. So let's go. Let's clear that out. So let's do I believe you can just turn it off in here. Let's see. I thought in the command line switches you could turn it off. You didn't have to actually go update the config. It was killed. I thought responder would let you just disable. Knows. Would let you just disable some of these things, but I guess not. Let me think about this. A feisty lobster has come online. Welcome. Welcome in, man. Alright. Oh, crap. I didn't want to edit the config file, just because I'm lazy. Do we have a responder conf in here? Or do we need to go edit that in the actual config file? I think it's in... Or maybe it's in user share. Where is it? Responder configured with SMB in off in the responder.conf file. I don't. Oh wait, this is yeah, this is responder. Okay. I remember where the hell to put the responder conf file though. I know there's a way to turn these off. Modern Nick. I wish it would tell us what our Oh, it's right there in front of my damn face. God. I didn't even see it. Alright, so SMB. You mean I'm changing a read-only file? You suck. So SMB, we're going to turn off. And we also need to turn off HTTP. I think that should be good. There. And then we'll do set up responder. And then we're going to set up NTLM relay X. Bam. Awesome. So what we'll do is yeah, I'm gonna stage that, but I'm not gonna run it just yet. So what we're gonna need to do is do sudo impacket NTLM relay X. it says to do tech TF, but I don't remember what the options are for this. So T is the target, F would be, oh, TF would be the target's file. So we can just do tech T. And we want to turn on SMB2 support. So what we'll do is we'll do T, and then what we're going to relay to is Castle Black, which is 10.22. Do 10.42 and tag SMB2 support. I clicked that link. I have nobody who knows it respond. Is .conf even like a legit? Is that a legit TLD now? Because they added so many. I never know what's real or not. I have no idea. So this is actually going to go through and it's going to try to do some stuff, but here we go, socks relay. There we go. Oh, that's right. You just got to give it tax socks for the store. Let's do that. Socks. And so when we do this, it's going to drop us into. It's going to drop us into a command shell down here, and we'll be able to interact with those different socks proxies. Or see them. So we're just gonna give it a second here for Rob to broadcast that LLM in Oregon. When it does, we're gonna relay it over to Castle Black. And we're gonna try and get a connection. And if Rob happens to be an administrator at Castle Black, then we'll be able to do something with that. Now, just in case that doesn't work, I'm going to cheat. Why? Because I can. That's why. So if we come over to Ansible, I'm gonna lurk, but if I don't make it back before you end, thank you for your help with the OCP prep. Hey, no problem, Doc. Let's see. It's vulnerabilities.yaml. Main controllers, L, vagrant. Bones. Here we go. And we go to. Don't forget to try harder. Exactly. Ah, there we go. So that enables LLMR. Let's see that again. Yeah, if you can't try harder, you can always pay harder. Oh, it looks like we got our thing back. So I think we could do socks. So we've got access to SMB, but we don't have. Let's go kill this. But we don't have admin access to it. So that's unfortunate. So I think one thing we can do here is trying to remember how to use that socks proxy now, because it's been a while since I did. I was so stuck in Windows land in the RTO. I have to think about this. So one thing we'll need to do is we need to go see where our SOX proxy is actually listening. Let's do there you go. That's it. 1080 is where our SOX proxy is listening. So then if we tail Etsy proxy chains, yeah, we need to edit that. So, edit that to 1080. And then once we have that, we can do proxy chains. Net exec. Actually, one thing I'll do whenever I'm going to build a command I want to do, I'll do net exec. Like, let's say I want to run net exec, but I want to force it over proxy chains, so it uses this proxy process here, right? Hang on. So I have a proxy process right here. So what happens is whenever the SOX proxy by NTLM Relay X sees a connection here for this user, it's going to automatically sub in the password. It's going to hold it, and it's already got an authentication happening. Why am I getting more process threads? Stop it. So what I want to do is we'll do netexec SMB 10 dot 4.10 dot whatever that was, 10.4.10.22. And then the domain north user. What's our user? Rob.stark? Yeah. Stark. And then password is going to be foobar because it doesn't really matter what the password is. Is it SOX proxy just because you set up your range that way, or is there a secret sauce technique that I'm not aware of? So what's happening here is if you don't, by default, if you run NTLM Relay X, it's got like a predefined list of commands it's going to try to run against the targets whenever it does the relaying. Instead, what I wanted to do was I wanted to create a reusable session, because why waste anything if you can avoid it? And so what's going to happen here is now every time we want to go reach to a certain host, we pass it over the proxy chains. NTLM Relay X's SOX proxy is going to check where's it going and who's it talking to, and it's going to sub in the authentication portion, basically. So if we do that, let's see if this works. Which it's going to fail because it's going to say status login failure. If we do proxy chains, we see it worked. And so it worked with password foobar, even though that's not actually correct. Yeah, it's pretty legit. It's useful, like I said, because once you get some of these sessions, you might have worked really hard to get them. I try to find ways that I can keep them up and running for as long as possible. So the SOX proxy makes it nice and reusable. So one thing we could do here actually is check for Petit Potam. It doesn't look like it wanted to do that. Well, so what it does is, let's do a quick review here. So when you do the NTLM relay, what's happening here is you've got, let's say your attack box, right? And then you've got, let's say, some server. We'll call it server 1, and you've got server 2. Or actually, let's say, I'm going to change the name of it. Let's say this is just some workstation. This is a workstation. This is a server. So the workstation starts broadcasting out a multicast. Did you stop fucking up my drawing? So it's broadcasting out some like an LLMNR, some kind of multicast, some protocol that responder knows how to respond to. So what happens here is the attack box comes in and negotiates a connection through this. So whenever this connection comes in, it sends it over to the server here. And then when the server responds, it passes that back through over to the workstation again. Then once the workstation responds, it comes back. If it gets an okay, then it just actually kills this connection over here. It says, oh, sorry, yeah, it didn't work. But now we have a full-fledged functional connection right here. So all it's doing is just keeping that SMB connection open. So it actually doesn't have to, I oversimplified it earlier when I said it subs in the authentication. In reality, it's already authenticated, but it tricks whatever programs are trying to connect through it to think, oh yeah, you authenticated just fine. It's fine. It's fine. I got it. It's good. Let's see. So we let that go. Let's see what else we can do with that. I think we can do maybe shares, like list shares. There we go. There's an all share. Interesting. What's in the all share? We don't have permissions to admin or C. We have permissions to the IPC, and there's a public share, but that's a basic one. What's in the all share here? Using credentials, using Kerberos. Let me see here. We won't be able to do command execution because we're not an administrator. Let's see. Get input files. How do we list the files? We could put a file. Spidering shares. I don't want to spider. I just want to list them. Which, I mean, I guess we could do with, what is it? SMB client? Hey, Oni, what's up, dude? Welcome. Let's see here. SMB client. Grab shit. I gotta remember what the syntax is here. Oh, so it's just whack server share user password. Okay. So it's going to be, what is this guy? This is 10.4.10.22 slash oh, that's right. And then the user is rob.start. And then percent password. I'm just going to use password here. And then what we'll do is we'll proxy change that. Porksy chains. It's got more pork in it. Wait, there's no quiet option for this in proxy chains? Hold on. I think it wants a big U. Did I give it a lowercase u? Oh, it sure did. Yeah. What do you mean, access denied? Did we lose our socks proxy? Oh, no, because it's trying to go to workgroup Rockstar. See that? Instead of trying to go to North.7 Kingdoms. So, if we can tell it, North.7 Kingdoms. Local. Maybe it needs to be a backslash. Maybe it just needs to be north. Hey, there we go. Fuck me, man. All right. Oh, there's a letter to Arya. Okay. Can I get Arya? Hey, Arya, I hope this message finds you well. Something urgent's come up. I have to leave for a while. Don't worry, I'll be back soon. I left a little surprise for you in your room. The sword you've named Needle. It felt fitting, given your skills. Take care of it. I'll explain later. It'll take care of you. I'll explain everything when I return. Until then, stay sharp. John. Dude, all the command syntaxes kill me. All right, Laughing. Have a good night, man.
Fight the planet!
The planet. Check something real fast. All right, so we're getting close. 601. We are 45% of the way to the stretch followers goal. Shit, that means I got to figure out what to do for that stream. Let's see. I wonder if this means that, I wonder if Arya's password is Needle. Shut up, baby, I know it. So this is kind of a hint here. I wonder if we can find, I'm going to go test if Arya. Panda. I do need some new sounds, man. The problem is I've been wanting to add them to StreamerBot. I don't want to go add them into... I don't want to go add them into Twitch, in the Twitch overlay. So, I just need some time. I need to finish up this current pen test I'm on. Then I'll have a little bit of dev time. Maybe I can squeeze that in. Let's go actually test and see if this is Arya's password. So, what was our... What's our domain controller? It was 10.4.10.11. So let's try that. SMB. What we can do? I'm going to try LDAP actually. LDAP to 10.4.10.11. Domain would be north. Username would probably be start. And then password Needle. All right, cool. We have Arya's password now. Cool. Rust felt like spinning it. Need to add some new ones. Tavy, add a sound for apt. Like a temper tantrum instead of shut up and hack. I have no idea what you're saying. Got so much to do, I don't want to do anything. I hate that. I call that analysis paralysis. Okay. Let's see here. All right, so we got Arya's password. What else we could do? Run around your house with your tablet. Oh, I see. Are you flying out Wednesday? I have not yet decided if I'm going to be streaming this Wednesday because it is Dallas Hackers. We'll see. I'll put a notice up on the Discord one way or the other. Oh, you fly out Thursday? Okay. That's weird because, I mean, the conference starts on Thursday. Unless I'm misremembering. Yeah, DEF CON starts on Thursday, doesn't it? Oh, okay. Gotta shuttle the kids around. I gotcha. Let's see. I wonder what else we can do with Arya's password. So Arya's password works. We could go backdoor it if it was something useful. Let's go see who else was in the north. Kingdoms did we have? Let's make a list here actually before I start doing this. So we've got Esau's local. We've got Seven Kingdoms local. And then we've got North.7 Kingdoms. Let's see. So Winterfell is in... Hold on. Let me fix this. Shit is annoying. There we go. Alright, so Winterfell is in the north, and Castle Black is in. So I'm going to fill in Castle Black. Autocorrect sucks. And then so in Seven Kingdoms, I think it's just King's Landing there. Yeah. And the other two are in, so Bravos and Mirin are in Essos. Mirin and Bravos. There we go. All right, so we've got a basic layout of the lab here, at least where these things live. And so let's make a note of their IP addresses. So Winterfell is there. We've got Mirin. We've got King's Landing. Bravos. Castle right here. Okay. So let's go see if she might be an administrator of Castle Black. Does she have admin permissions there? That's .22. Yeah. Oh, because I'm trying to connect to LDAP instead of SCP. No logon servers available. You're so full of shit. Seven Kingdoms. Let me try the FQDN here. Let me go check Castle Black real quick and maybe reboot it. Let's go try rebooting it real fast because it's saying that there's no logon service available, which means that for some reason it's not talking to the domain controller. That's not right. We'll give it a reboot real fast. That's weird that it has any computer settings to apply, but we'll let this reboot for just a second. We'll let it chill out. So once it reboots, it'll probably have its connection reestablished to the domain controller, and then we can actually test this. I'm pretty sure I remember what Rob Stark's password is, because I've looked through the Game of Active Directory config so much. Man, you're just taking your sweet time. Best part of rebooting is staring at a screen. I mean, it can be like if you've had a really long day and you need a brain pause. Like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm waiting for this computer to reboot. You know, it's like programmers like, what are you doing? Why are you goofing off? Oh, wait for my code to compile. Let me think about this. Yeah, there it is. There's his password. Sexy Wolfie. Alright, now Castile Black is up. Which is funny that it's Castile instead of Castle. That kind of cracks me up. Alright, let's go try it now. That's so weird, because, like, this works against the freaking domain controller. Read to sysvol, which is usually standard. Let me go try something on it. Oh no, don't do that. No, don't do that. Please close. There we go. Switch user. Other user. Username would be Arya.start. You can't sign you with credentials because your domain isn't available. I don't get this. Why, if for some reason Castle Black is not connecting over to... It's not connecting to the domain controller. Like, they're not talking. Let me think about this. That's so weird. Because if we go look at, I think DC3 is it? I think that's the north one. Nope, that's ASUS. ASUS. It's gotta be DC2 then, because DC1 is King's Landing. Right. See, there's Castle Black right there. I wonder if I need to reset the domain trust on it. Windows, Active Directory, reset, trust. How to fix trust relationship between a workstation and primary domain. I'm going to try this because even though it doesn't say that there's a trust relationship issue, it's saying that it can't reach the domain controller, but it totally can. So, actually, there may be an issue though. I just realized something. Local scaling. I bet DNS is fucked up. The Mr. Wheatley. Thanks for coming online, man. Welcome. IP config all. I bet the DNS server's jacked up. Yep, that's why. You bastard. Hey, thanks for the Prime sub, man. I appreciate it. You gonna zoom in here? You gonna let me zoom in? Zoom, bastard. All right. Well, anyway, what's happening here is this should not be set to 10.10.10.54. What this should be set to is this should be set to 10.4.10.11. It is always DNS. Yeah, dude. Actually, so Oni, the first time we deployed Game of Active Directory, the broadcast traffic was not working. We couldn't get the NTLM relay attack to work. Now it's all working fine, and we snapshotted the lab, so we're good there. But I need to go change this because the problem is it's pointing to the default gateway of the range when it should be pointing its default or its DNS server to the range. It should be pointing its DNS server to the other domain controller. Thanks, man. Welcome in. So what we're doing is we're just kind of tinkering around with the Game of Active Directory lab, but really it's so we can come in and we can actually start using Mythic against it. So I thought, okay, I don't want to just go cheese this and go download the payload and run it on the machine. Let's at least go do some initial access shenanigans and we'll mess with it. But it looks like one of our servers is slightly jackified. So we got to go fix it. Control panel. Network settings. Internet options? No, that's not what I want. Ethernet. There we go. Up has. Then let's go change TCP4 settings. So rather than 10.4.10.254, this needs to be 10.4.10.11. Change this to 11. Here. Close, close, close. There we go. Now we should be able to. I think this will fix it probably right away. That's what. There's one more test we can do. We can have it do an NS lookup against Winterfell.north.7 kingdoms. Kingdoms.local. So it got it. Awesome. So now let's go see if we can now authenticate over to .11. Or no, this should be .22. No logon servers available. You're full of crap, sir. Let me try rebooting this machine. Restart. So we'll reboot this. Really, I think all I want to do is just get like the initial callback onto one of the servers. And then that's probably what we'll call it for tonight. Because actually I need to go work on a report for the pen test I'm wrapping up right now. So we'll let this go for just a second. There's another thing we can also check here. Windows list log on. Yeah, so it should just be echo logon server. But that's for the account that you're in, though. Let me try something. Windows server. It was like status no logon server. Let me double check this real quick. Host was deleted. You bastard. Looks like a DNS network issue. Click on your NIC. Set the DNS server. Is it reachable by that server? Yeah, it should be just fine. Oh, that scared me for a second. I was like, what the hell is this pastel blue happening here? That worried me. Okay, so this should work just fine because it worked for .11, which is the actual domain controller. Banging her tail against the wall. Let's see. This is on Castile Black. Let's go see if there's a known issue for this in Go real quick. Issues. I don't care if it's open either. So issue, let's see, no. Actually, that's a handy thing. Let's go run system info and let's see what the logon server is. System info. Logon server, whack whack Winterfell. I can reach Winterfell. You know where the hell Winterfell is. What the hell's your deal? I don't get it, dude. Well, that just failed because... Wait, what? What the... Why would... That makes no sense. Why would this work? But not just north. No way. You've got to be shitting me. What the hell is going on here? Is this a NetExec issue? Hold on. I'm very curious now. This makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. So, get this. We use the FQDN. Oh, I'm going to try something stupid here. Why? Because stupid seems to be working. I'm so confused. What if I do a left bracket? No, but this is bad because it's stupid that it's working and it makes no sense that it should work. If it's stupid and it works just because it's nonsensical, that's okay. But it makes zero sense. It's not nonsensical, it's zero-sensical. Putting a trailing right curly bracket in the domain makes it work. And I did it completely by freaking accident by fat fingering the command. This is why I have trust issues, guys. And why I always say stress test your tools. Hang on, I want to try something real quick. Crack map exec SMB against 10.4.10.22. Domain north. User. Arya Stark. And pass needle. No log on service available. Okay, just for a sanity check. What if we go against the domain controller? It fucking works. And so now, what if I come over here and I throw a little right curly bracket in this bitch? It works again. This infuriates me unreasonably. Well, at least we know Arya's not... Oh, what the fuck, man. Alright, I want to try something here. That has... I'm tilted now. That has me on full fucking tilt. Because it makes no damn sense. Hang on. I gotta try something. I gotta see if I can find something. I know, you're hungry, Panda. I'll get you dinner in just a minute. I know, you're very hungry. Panda's like, hey bro, when's dinner? What do I set the capture? Eat 0. All I want is eat 0. Just capture eat 0. Okay. Let's try something here. So 22 I know works. So I'm going to capture this. I'm going to capture it with the little curly bracket or the square bracket, and then we're going to see what happens. Stop capture. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to filter this by SMB traffic. Now what we'll do is we're going to come over here. We're going to tell it just follow TCP stream. Ah, there it is. Follow TCP stream. That's TCP stream 2 that we want. Now if we go back to S&B, I also want this one here, which should be the second one, I think. 10. Okay. Equals 2 or TCP stream equals 10. There we go. All right. Actually, that's all right. I'm just going to filter this way. Let's see if I can zoom, like if I can blow this view up a little bit. There we go. That should be easier for y'all to read now. Okay. Subnetting is it's so easy, hopefully I can get dreams about it. Been grinding for the last 3 hours. Dude, when I did have dreams about subnetting when I was going through Cisco courses back in the day. Alright, so there's our SMB. That's negotiate protocol request. Wait, these all went to 22 though. Didn't we do... Yeah, we did 22 and we did that. Why do I feel like I didn't capture this wrong? Let me stop this. So this is the one that worked. And actually, this is something I've been meaning to do anyways, get down into the actual like byte fields for the SMB protocol. So I want to see why this is working and why it's not. Notice how none of these SMB packets are coming back. This looks weird because the conversation's not happening. Source 99, destination 22, source 22, destination. It's not going back and forth. It's all one direction. There's something fucked up here. Like, do I need to run Wireshark as administrator? Like as a root? Right, we're capturing now. All right. All right, and then what I tell you, I'm going to filter this a different way. Stop. All right, so what we're going to do is IP ADDR equals 10.4.10.22. Oh, it's because some of these are SMB. Ew. Fucking Wireshark. Alright, so hold on. What order did we do these in? We did the good connection versus the failed connection first. So SMB header server negotiate protocol request. Okay. So here's the dialects it supports. It supports NTLM 2.0, 2, and 2. Okay. Okay, so we told it these are the ones we support. It comes back saying, okay, well, hey, here's some stuff in SMB2. So have signing enabled. Here. Server GUID, capabilities, security blob. Session setup request with signing enabled. Hey Mysterio, what's up, dude? Let's see. So this was from 22 to us, so this is the pre-auth hash, so I'm guessing this is the... Maybe that's the seed. Let's see. And then we send back a different pre-auth hash. What I want to see, though, is... I'm trying to figure out where in this conversation it shows, like, the username and the domain. So, Mysterio, we ran across a thing. A rather infuriating thing. And the reason why it's infuriating is because I don't understand it. So, we correctly guessed that this user has the password needle. Aria has the password needle, and it authenticated just fine against the domain controller. However, when we try to authenticate against another server in the same domain, we get a status no login servers. Now, I by accident somehow fat-fingered a right curly bracket into this thing, and now it's working. Takes it just fine. So I decided in my rage I was going to dig out Wireshark to try and figure out how is it sending this? What the hell is this right curly bracket doing to fix this? Because it's bugging the crap out. So now we're digging through NTLM. And not only does it like come back as it's working, but watch this. I could even like list the shares on the machine. Would be fun if it worked the way it should. It would be a lot more fun. Yes, it would. It would be tons more fun. Okay, so negotiate protocol, NTLM SSP, negotiate. All I actually want to see is I just want to see the username and domain name in the request. Band all. All right, here we go. So net BIOS name North. I don't see Arya's name in here though. This is so weird with all these null bytes like just thrown in the middle here. What I want to see is, I wanted to see the how when I send the correct username versus this jacked up one, it works. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for, but I wanted to see, is there a difference in the SMB negotiation between the two, right? So, because that trailing right curly bracket for some reason made it work against Castle Black, and yeah, Winterfell is the domain controller. So I don't know exactly what I'm looking for, but I know it's got to be in the Wireshark. You look for SMB2. That's actually what I was looking for right there. Look, it literally said north, right curly bracket. No, this is exactly what I was looking for right here. Hang on. See if I can find it in here. Look at this domain name, north right bracket. I don't know what to make of that. That's gonna drive me crazy. Dude. Let me check something real quick, guys. What do you think? Dude, Wheatley, I got no idea, man. Here. All right, I think unfortunately that's what we're gonna call it tonight. I was just popping over to Tyler's channel. He's not leaving just yet, so I'm gonna go raid him first because he always thinks he's gonna get to raid me instead. Let's see. The response says just accept completed. If I come down here, look for the next one. Then we go north. Then it instantly comes back. No status, or status no login servers. Dude, it's gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna send this over to a friend of mine and be like, dude, what the hell is going on with this? And see what he thinks. All right, y'all. I think we're gonna go right over to Hack Smarter. Drop some of the cookies in there when you get in there. I think it's this. Phase 34. No. Yeah, drop those whenever you get in there. Spam them real good. I need to go adjust that. Yeah, you can spam that one too. But anyways, yeah, that's what we're going to call it. I got to go, unfortunately, finish up a report for a penetration test because today got a cattywampus on me. That's a technical term. So I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Monday. For y'all who are going out to DEF CON and Black Hat, have safe travels. I'll miss y'all, but I'll catch up with y'all next week. And I just want y'all to know one thing. I love you. Peace.